Hello, this is your second part of the lecture. Let me show you what I have modified since last week. I'm just going to share my screen with you so that you can all see what is, just what is going on after last class. So here is the Rhino model that I shared with all of you. It's called the virus update vary. So you can open the same file. If you don't have it, you can download. It's in the shared folder. There's already some lighting for vary, so you can also use them. I modified the shape of the arms, so I made the shape trying to follow the round. So it's sort of like, it's attached to the body. So let me open. I'll show you what I have done in terms of updating Grasshopper file. This one I believe is the old one. I don't need this. So let's see what is going on with this. Yeah. So, okay, let's try to make this. Okay, so if you open the same Grasshopper, you would virus updated from last class, you will see this. However, I have another new file. Let's see how different they are. This one is not showing the arms. So what I needed to do is I need to grab this one, whatever I created from Grasshopper, so that you would see it. Okay, here is, you see the orange color. That means this one does not have any information. So I'm going to set, right click and set one surface. So I'm going to, okay, set the surface. Okay, so now is in there. Okay, you will see this. What happened is, okay, with this is a little mistake in it. So that's why I create a new file. If you like, you should play with the new file. What happened is, here is our subdivision, and that's the center of the construction surface. And as you can see, the arm is not at the center. The arm is a little bit off the center, all of them. So the arm started because the rectangular is starting from one of the corner is at the center. So, so I fixed that. So let's take a look. So the rectangular shape is right here, that you can see it. It's off the center. Okay, so that is the problem. So I fix it. So let me close this one and open the new one. Yeah. So I would type in Grasshopper in the command line. This is the Mac version. So okay, this is the same. I should just open a different file, which I also updated in the folder. You can download where is updated March 15. Okay. So here, we need to do the same. Yeah, there's no arms. So let's do it. Set one surface and set the surface. So the new one, the difference is, if we look at this now, the center, again, the center, click on here, is actually at, so basically I moved this. If I hide, This rectangular, there was something. Yeah, there was the rectangular before, but I can hide this. Just uncheck the preview. So whatever the center that we started with is the same center as where we grow the arms. So what I did is I add something that I moved this rectangular, I preview it, to the center. So there's new rectangular, that's correct. So let's take a look what we did very quickly, briefly. First, I have a sphere. Yeah, I gave a dimension for the radius. So if you play with it, you can make it a little smaller. Will probably take a little bit time to update because all the arms and all of that, it has to be recalculated. I think, yeah, so you can update that. You can also drag, yeah, so you can see now the shape is a little bit smaller. You can also drag this, that's how many points are on the surface where we grow the arms. So we can reduce a little bit so that there'll be fewer arms as you wish. It will take a time to update. Okay, so while it's updating, once we done, so you can see there's fewer arms. Let's see what's the number. Okay, now it's 5. Yeah, this little slider is at 5. So there are fewer points to grow arms. And this is a little bit mysterious maybe to most of you, because what happened is whatever this number, I made a number plus 1. So if this is 5, A plus B, that this number is 6. So why do I need to add this number is because that okay, let's see. I should probably come back and explain this when I teach Grasshopper. What happened is it's a very simple logic. For example, okay, for example, you want to divide a line. You have a line, okay? And then how many points you have to divide into 2 parts? You need 3 points. So how many points you need to divide the 4 parts? You need 5 points. So that's a little bit of calculation to correct the number. So that's basically this. That's just a little bit logic. Okay, so let's take a look on what this one is. So once we divided the surface, then we have a plane. So divided surface, as you can see, it's a little green dot. And then there's a construction plane that we created in order to create any shape. So it's called there's a plane normal. What happened is we need to grow the arm that's perpendicular to the bow. So it's not a slanted. In that case, we need to find a normal. A normal is if you have any shape that's round. Let's see if I can find anything. If you have any shape that's round, the normal is the direction that's perpendicular to the shape. So this basically gives you a direction of which direction the arm is going to grow. That is called plane normal. And so after we've done that, what I did is I moved So this is a vector I give to move the existing rectangular to be at the center, because any shape has a center. So this gives you the center of this rectangular shape, which was originally used, which is at the wrong location. And here is the center called a polygon center. So any shape, for example, any shape, here is in the Rhino, any shape, I created a surface, I don't know. Where is it? Okay, any shape should have a center. For example, if I come here and grab the curve, so I put this, no, that's the wrong one. This one, curve, okay. You drag, and then you will set this curve as whatever that curve is. Right click and set one curve. Okay, so that curve is basically in here in Grasshopper. That information is in here. And then if I double click and tap in center, I'm going to find a polygon center. Okay, if you put this curve in there, you will see the center is created in there, but there are a couple of centers. So there's this center, and this center. Okay, they're different center. So we probably don't want to know exactly what they are. This is average. This is average of edges. This is average of whatever. So if I use this center, I'm just going to show you using a display. I think it was too small. Oh, okay, this is too big. So right click, this is to change the size. This is just simply to display the size. Okay, oh, that's too small. To show where the center is. 10. Okay, so that's this center, yeah? A different center? Okay, a different center. Okay, here. So this is simply to display because sometimes we cannot see where exactly things are. To delete that. So basically, we're using this command. If you tap in center, and then you pick a polygon center, you will find the center of the shape. So what happened is this shape was originally here. Sorry, here. That's where we grow the arm, but it's at the wrong location. And then I found the center of this, and then I changed to whatever the center that I like it to be, which is here. So you can see that they are at different places. If I zoom into, okay, the correct center is here. The wrong center is this one. So moving, basically moving this one, no, this one, okay, the center to the correct center. So I plug in this and to create a vector. So the original point is here, okay? I plug into B, and the new and the wrong one I plug into A. So basically moving A point to B point. Here is a vector, and then this is not moving. Moving is a separate command. First you create a vector. The vector, I'm not showing the vector. Vector is basically, if you have this, okay, vector means goes from this to this and whatever line is. So you can imagine, so if I want to move, I need to give a point. I need to give a vector first. So if I want to move point A to point B, I cannot just say move. I have to give this vector, which then allows the point A to all move to point B. So that's basically the vector based on 2-point vector, okay? Vector based on 2-point, which is this comment right here. So move point A to point B. So then another is move, type in move and bring out move, and whatever this, the vector is plugged into translation, and the geometry, where is the geometry? Geometry is actually the rectangular shape. So the geometry is the wrong rectangular location, okay, which is here. And then once you move it to a different location. If you look at this, it's a little more detail. So the wrong location, the right location. So I managed to move all of that to the center that they're supposed to be. And here is a, I created a box, and then that box allows me to move to populate the shape, which is inside of this box, to a different box. Let me preview this, to basically this box. So the original shape is in this box, and then move to, or in Rhino, it's almost like a flow onto, but in Grasshopper, it's merge. So the original box is here and merged into all of the other box. So using merge. I'm not going to need this one because I just want to see the arm, not the box outside of the arm. So that's basically it. Yeah, that's basically it. And however, okay, and also there's another that you can change the proportion of it. So what's the proportion of this? So some arms could be quite long and some can be quite, maybe I want all of the arms to grow much longer. I do need more of this. Okay, let me just move this so I can have more of the arms. And the proportion is the, let me see, let's wait for it to finish. Okay, so this arm seems to be quite fit. So I'm going to drag the arm to be skinny, kind of like what I have as my background. Okay, so if that's the case, there is something proportion, the proportion for the box, which is the height, actually the height of the box. So the height of the box for now is 1.5 of whatever the base is, but this is 1.5. So if I want to increase the height, I'm just going to drag this to a bigger number. It's a bit slow. Okay. Then you will see the arms actually grow longer. Did not grow too much. It's probably too slow. Let me. Still working. Okay, 4.7. Oh, this is very long. So that's basically this file that you can all play with it, and then you create your own shape. You have to remember the shape has to be perpendicular at this view, the front view. So if you rotate this shape into a different direction, it would not be correct. Yeah, for example, if I rotate this one, rotate. My mom is calling me for lunch. So, so if I rotate, if it's this direction, all the arms will be horizontal. It would not be perpendicular to the surface. So that's all you can play with it. And once you're done, then you would move to the next stage for rendering. So that's something you can choose to do. If you prefer not to mess around with this Grasshopper file anymore, what you can also do, this is really awkward, yeah. So I needed to undo this. Okay. So what you can also do is, takes time to, what you can also do is to download. You can also download various updated Vary, or maybe you can even download this various updated Vary new baked. So this is basically already baked, probably ready to be used. And then this is your Vary file. This is the file without baking, I believe. Yeah. So baking is relatively easy. For example, if I want to bake this one, I would select. And by the way, if you lost your Grasshopper, what happened is you probably zoomed at the wrong place. What you needed to do is you go zoom. Where's zoom? You should just zoom extend. Zoom. You would zoom extend. Yeah. It's not working. Anyway, that's what you can do, or otherwise just zoom a couple of times using your scroller on the mouse. So if I want to bake, this is the final. Those are the arms, and I would right click and then basically click on bake. And then I'm going to bake this one on layer 1, yeah, or layer, just any of the layer, and you check on group, so they're grouped. Okay, so I baked that one. And also the original sphere, which also doesn't have to be a sphere. It can really be any shape. If you like, you can create a different shape. Which one we meet, I can show it to you. It's also bake. And I'm going to bake it on layer 4. This one you don't have to group, but you can also group. Okay, so after you bake it, okay, so the Grasshopper is still here. If you like, if you modified something yourself, you should save document, and then you can close this one. Yeah, so once you closed, you have this one is the baked, a different one. So once you bake, in Rhino, what you should also do is you should create a proxy. Let me see if I can proxy. Create proxy, export as a proxy. Should I type in export? There's something called export proxy. No, not export. Oh, so maybe I select this and then, oh, this is not in, this is wrong, my mistake. This is not in Rhino, this is in Vary. So I don't really have a Vary on the Mac side. I needed to switch to Windows side. But let me conclude this part of the lecture here, and then we will continue once we resume and meet in through Zoom.